Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Rakha, Chodash.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to sincere Akim. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. First of all, we want to give all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Rakha, Kodash.
Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Well, peace and salutations to the election of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans. All right, starting with, of course, 144,000 prophets, which are all men. And you have, of course, the rest of the 1/3, which are men, women, and children, which are going to believe in the words of the prophets, all right, which the prophets say things that are before. Okay, we give you the prophecies, which these prophecies were revealed to us via our Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, through, of course, Yahweh Shai, of course, opening up the seals, the books, in order for us to obviously get this amath, all right. Of course, double honors to those apostles at Great Millstone. Well, peace and salutation again to the sincere Akim, the brother Mafpa, and this is
Brother Yeshaya.
We're from Great Millstone Plaintables Camp, located here in the city of Philadelphia, PA, Babal in Babylon, which is the place of all confusion. And we have this wee article, which, you know, we're in the year of Charagma, which is 2019, which is you know, to say it we're in 2019 is kind of, it's just, it's hard to dawn on it, because it's like how time is fast, and it was just like one day it was, you know, 2017 and 2016, now it's already 2019. The Lord is speeding up the times for the elect's sake, you know. So we have it here off of Vox, which, you know, we are actually here in Philadelphia at this current time, the actual city that is in the news, which it says here.
Says Philadelphia just banned cashless stores. Will other cities follow?
Right. You have to understand that this whole cashless stores and this movement towards a cashless society is biblical prophecy being fulfilled right before our eyes. We're just at the very, you would say, the beginning phases of it. But really, to be honest, it's already here. All right, the mark of the beast, the chip is here. And we're just waiting for it to be mandatory. In these forms of cashless payments, the options via apps, via you have it where credit and debit cards, and ultimately the chip. Okay, but going into it, these various, the apps and all that, and the cards, these are ways of conditioning you, all right, to get ready to use the RFID microchip, or NFC chip, which is the near field communication, and RFID is our radio identification device, in which are the technology, all right, of the mark of the beast, in which they want to put it in your body, and of course you're either in your forehead or in your right or left hand, just in your body in general. Okay, because there's nothing wrong with having a actual, you know, just make some clarification. If you have a credit card or you have a debit card, if you have Google Pay, Apple Pay, these various apps, that's not, of course, wicked. It's actually that goes beneath your skin, because that's breaking the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, which was written, all right, in the scriptures. Which, you know, we're just gonna start off with go to the Revelation 13 really quick.
This is Revelations chapter 13, verse 15. It says, "And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
Right. Now, we know that the image of the beast, you have it. The beast, of course, is the you have it the NATO and the EU. All right, that's the beast. Okay. You have the image of the beast that goes, of course, into the whole system. Okay. And you could go into that, in another lesson. Okay, the Roman system. Okay, which is utilized. Okay. Today. Okay, because this is nothing but a revival of the Roman Empire. When you get the understanding of that, which that's a whole nother lesson. But at this time, we're just gonna keep things basic and go into now what it said. It says, as many that would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And part of course, the so-called white man with his lies, his democracy, his murder, his covetousness, or his philosophies, all right, is this mark of the beast, okay, which, okay, he wants everyone to be in subjection under him via, of course, this chip, okay, as Esau Edom, who is the so-called white man, he wants his birthright back, okay, which he wants, of course, to rule forever, okay. He want to be basically as us, Jacob, okay. But he sold his birthright onto us. And that's, you can go back to the book, the beginning in Genesis, the 25th chapter, or actually 27. You go into that whole, how he sold his birthright and such, and his blessing was to have the dew of heaven, and he should rule by the sword and such. And we're at the end of his rulership. So now going on, if you, of course, you don't worship the image of the beast, this whole system and such, all right, you should be killed. Because when you're going down into it, when it goes into it, you have this RFID microchip, which that's the end game goal, all right? Which show ultimately that's going to be a test to everyone's faith, okay? Which you get real quick, what's that, Revelation 3, about the hour of temptation. I think it's like Revelation 3 and 10, yeah. Because that's what this all boils down to. Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to test, all right, his elect, okay. He going to have it where you going to prove yourself, all right, by, of course, being obedient unto him, listening, hearkening, all right. This is Revelations 3 and 10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my temptation. Well, actually, yeah, hold my temptation. All right, sorry. Revelation 3 and 10 says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world, the world going into an oikoumene sense, meaning all of the inhabitants of the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth. All right, which you go into the word try real quick. In the Greek, we got perizo, or perazzo, which I believe that's going into prove, right? To try, to test, all right? You got one's faith of character, the enticement to sin, all right? Because you have it where, if you, of course, take this chip, you going off, you're gonna get destroyed because it's sin, all right? Which we gonna get the prophecies and such, all right? So that's gonna come upon all of the earth, everyone. Which, going back now to Revelations 13.
Yeah, this is verse 17. It says, "And that." You want me 16 again? Sorry. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. It says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads."
All right, which the word mark, you go into it, is charagma, right? Which is an incision. Okay. It's a basically you go into an etching stamp right there and printed mark, which you have it here, a thing carved, okay, because this goes when you go into it, when you accept the mark of the beast, okay, which it has to go penetrate beneath your skin, which you go to the root word for charagma, which is charax, all right, which is a palisade, all right, which you see it here, a pale or a stake, all right, which they're using that or they got there a trench, okay, which they using that you say that what's that, a medical device to actual insert it into your body. That'd be the stake or palisade and such, all right, and you have the chip, all right, and it's going beneath your skin, okay, proving that this actually is the mark of the beast, okay. And it's plain if you can understand words, you understand this prophecy, which go and get your precept, which you got brought out. Yeah.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 39 verse 24. It says, as his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked.
All right, so you have it where the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushai are plain, okay, to the holy. The ones that are what? Kodash, they're separate from the world, okay, which the Lord, he separated us, all right, from the rest of the world, okay, in which now we can understand what he speaks, which these parables and such, what he speak to, in the scriptures, they're plain and we're understandable to us, but unto us, to the rest of the world, it's as parables and such, okay. It could go on various precepts and proving that, but it's very simple that the Lord revealed his secrets into his servants, the prophets, all right, and the sheep know his voice and they follow him, all right. None of them gonna get plucked out of the Most High's hand, all right, okay. That the Most High gave, of course, us unto Yahweh Shai, and we, of course, will never, of course, if we of the elect, all right, we will never be taken away, all right, by any of these different devices, which, we'll real quickly go into get that the Corinthians, the Corinthians about this, I think it's 1 and 2 and was it 1 Corinthians? Yeah.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
Right, we do know, because ignorant means to not know, all right, of his devices, which is the devices going to his thoughts and playing wicked thought at that, okay, from Noema or Numa, which you have it there, evil purpose. It says that which thinks the mind, thoughts, or purposes. All right, in which we know what the so-called white man wants to do. He wants the whole world to take this chip, okay? And so we know his thoughts and what he's going to do. And Satan, of course, means enemy, Shaitan, adversary, enemy, all right? Okay, which that's the so-called white man. You have, of course, he's the physical counterpart for the spiritual demon Satan, all right? Now, going to the article, go back to the article now. Just wanted to, of course, start off with this. Now we're gonna read the article.
It says, shop at a trendy millennial-oriented business like Sweet Green or Everlane, and the odds are pretty high that it won't let you pay with cash. Instead, you'll have to pay with credit card, an app, or Apple or Google Pay. That's because these companies are pushing out cash payments, arguing that touchless pay makes shopping hassle-free. It says lawmakers and public advocates, on the other hand, have long said this concept marginalizes low-income shoppers who might not be tech-savvy or have access to credit lines. Now, these cashless stores are starting to come under scrutiny.
Right. So, now you have it where there's a there's a major push. All right, and a lot of these different stores are, of course, going cashless, where they, they don't accept cash, legal tender. Okay, these physical fiat currency, Federal Reserve notes and such. You have it where they're just accepting cashless payments, which different various options you have is these Google Pays, Samsung Pay or something. I forget if that's what it's called. You have it. You got various forms of Cash App and PayPal. Where they have your details. Okay. And you can, of course, exchange your money for the good or service in which you are purchasing, not using a Federal Reserve note, a form of legal tender. Okay? So now, of course, they're talking about this whole marginalized and stuff, low income shoppers, which, you go into it where that whole, what is it? Go and look up the marginalized, just right click on it and stuff, highlight and right click. It's like, yeah. Yep, good. Then right click. Sloggy. Let me see if I can get it real quick. You basically have it where I believe it goes into the whole the whole shunning of a certain group or see, I'm gonna just have to pull it up. Just get up another tab, or if I could see it in another Slovakia for one moment. If we see the term in something else, because we might just, I'm gonna just click it, Slovakia. I just explained it kind of a little bit, but yeah, it's not doing it. Just pull up another thing and then get marginalized real quick. We did it before we did the lesson, but the computer is being the way it's being, so we look up words here at GREATMILLSTONE. So marginalized
says treated as insignificant or peripheral.
Yeah, so you have it where they're basically treating people that have of a low income to be as if they're insignificant, all right, or peripheral, all right. So you have it where certain places, because of this whole cashless society which they're pushing, that's going to push out obviously a lot of the low income people. Really, to be honest, also in a sense it encourages them to get it or forces them to get it, because if not, there's going to be a day, as it's going to be, when this RFID microchip is going to be mandatory, where it's not going to be no whole using this app stuff and all that. It's going to be a RFID microchip being put in your skin, and that's going to be the way of payment. That's going to be the answer to what's coming towards in very not so far future or distant, where this economy is going to crash, and the answer is going to be to take a chip, and it's going to have all your money and your details on it. You never have to, of course, carry cash again, and never have to worry about being robbed, because it's all on the chip.
I remember it was over in India, I believe, that their main reason for trying to get rid of cash was they were saying people were making counterfeit money, basically, and to get rid of all that counterfeit money, they had to they're basically going cashless.
Yeah. So you have it where a lot of these different other countries, they're ahead of us. In India, you have China. A lot of people in China, they pretty much are all cashless. They look at you like you're crazy when you pull out cash. You gotta have where they have it where I believe the term might be QR codes. I have to look up because I was reading into it the other day. You could look it up on there. See if it say QR codes. Like go on your like on your Google and just put QR codes or something. But it might be that. It basically just like you have it where you have to scan a barcode. All right, and then it'll pop up with a payment option. Okay, between you and the vendor. You know, basically to make your exchange of currency and stuff. QR code. Did it come up? Yeah. So what does it say?
It says is the trademark for a type of matrix barcode first designed in 1994 for the automotive industry in Japan. It says a barcode is a machine-readable optical label that contains information about the item to which it is attached.
Right. So you have it where, you know, all on the items, they got these QR codes. You scan it. All right. And then, you know, you have it where certain people got QR codes at their business. You got to scan that. And then, like I said, you get whatever and you just buy it. Okay. That's how it is. They got RFID tags on items too. You know. But this is the way, and this is the technology right here. You know, the mark of the beast. All right. Which, you know, you go into the whole barcode when you read down. Go to Revelation again real quick. Yeah, 13. So I can press back.
This is Revelations 13 and 16. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. It says, here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
Yeah, and that's all in that technology and that barcode, that 600, that 666. All right. You know, when you go into it, but you know, I'm not gonna go into it at this time. Brothers have, of course, proved it, and you know, elders and apostles, of course, first. All right. So this all is in the scriptures. All right. Now continue and read.
It says Philadelphia just passed a bill banning stores from going cashless. The law won't apply to businesses like parking garages, stores with membership models like Costco, or transactions that require a security deposit like rental cars. But come July 2019, all stores in Philly will have to give customers the option to pay with cash. It says Mayor Jim Kenney signed the bill last week, making Philadelphia the first city in the U.S. to take legal action against cashless stores. It says Massachusetts has had a law against cashless businesses since 1978, but other American cities are trying to follow in Philadelphia's footsteps.
Now, quickly go to that Commonwealth. You have to understand that Philadelphia and Massachusetts, these are both they're a part of what you have the Commonwealth states, right? Which I'm just gonna read it. You have it here that the Commonwealth is a designation used by 4 of the 50 states of the United States, and their full official state names are Kentucky, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, which Philadelphia is within, and Virginia. Commonwealth is a traditional English term for a political community founded for the common good. Prior to the formation of the United States of America in 1776, all 4 were a part of the Great British Britain's possessions. They were colonies along the Atlantic coast of North America. As such, as they share a strong influence of English common law in some of their laws and institutions. All right, because you have to understand. Obviously, America came out of Great Britain. Okay, read them, various scriptures. All right, now you have it where this whole thing of common good is a philosophy. In philosophy, economics, and political sciences, the common good refers to either what is shared and beneficial for all most members of a given community, or alternative that is achieved by citizenship. All right, that's basically it. But you have it where these commonwealth, states, all right, basically what they go for is supposed to be deemed as basically common good, when you go into it. All right. So, I mean, these are basically these are old school, slave states. Okay. And obviously you have it, here where they said it here, where they're going to be old. When you go into it, go back to the article by Kasha, where Massachusetts already had on the books about they had laws against cashless businesses since 1978. Whereas Philadelphia is now, they saying they try to say they're the first. Well, Massachusetts already had laws on the books. All right. And where, like I said, this is the cold Commonwealth. They going back to the old school. Okay.
It says last year, Chicago tried to ban cashless institutions last year, but did not succeed. In February, on the other hand, similar legislation passed to make cashless businesses illegal in New Jersey, although New Jersey's governor has yet to sign a bill. In New York, city politicians are pushing laws against cashless stores as well. It says some oppose the idea that a city can take such a stance. One top official from Philadelphia's Commerce Department complained that modernization is going to happen with or without Philadelphia.
Which that's a true statement. This modernization is going to happen no matter what. All right. You got to understand, this is a global agenda by the elite. All right. Now, they don't have much on this one. You probably have to go again to that Google and put up modernization on the Google on the definition real quick, just so that we can get some more. All right.
Let me read this one.
Yeah.
It says modernization theory is used to explain the process of modernization within societies. Modernization refers to a model of a progressive transition from pre-modern or traditional to a modern society.
Right. So, you have it where, I was trying to really explain myself with the whole Commonwealth thing. These old Commonwealth state, which Massachusetts already had laws on there. They're not pre-slocky. They're traditional. All right. But now you're going to have it where obviously they're moving towards modernization. They're making a transition. All right. So, obviously they want to make things current. And where you have it where things are really current and stuff, which they got pre-modern, traditional. All right. Yeah, slocky. Right now they have it where everything is digital. Things are all integrated with the Internet of Things. You got to go into that. That's what they're pushing towards.
Down here it says modernization is the process of updating something or making it work in a contemporary setting.
God, yeah, that's the wild. See, right there, updating it. Okay, so you have it where things was this whole cash with the just a straight up RFID notes. I mean, not RFID notes, the whole FRN notes. Now they have it where everything's going to be cashless. You got to use this cashless stuff, which, like I say, ultimately they want this chip in you, man. All right? That's what it's all about. Okay? Go and finish off with the go.
Okay. It says, with or without Philadelphia, it says, and Amazon had already warned the city that passing such a law would impede its plan to open an Amazon Go store in Philly.
Right, which it would hinder, all right, that whole plan. Because the Amazon Go store, I was showing the Amazon Go store, you just go in there, you scan your phone, okay, which their phone has the RFID NFC chip in it and that technology, and then you just go in there and buy whatever, get whatever items, you just throw it in your bag and walk out. All right, you don't have to deal with no cashiers or nothing like that, because they got everything integrated with this technology. Okay, so if Philadelphia being a place that is banning against cashless stores, you have it where this wouldn't be profitable or obviously wise, okay, for them to open up a store or try to open up a store in the city. It would actually be, you can't, because it works. Yeah, it's like,
It would be impossible.
yeah, it works off of, obviously cashless payment. That's the form of payment. All right, you ain't no cash. It's all integrated. You being in the whole Amazon app, having your details there, and everything, of course, being automated. Via that, you taking items and walking out the store, and it being deducted from your account. And ultimately, that's what the so-called white man wants with this RFID chip. He wants you to, of course, everything be on a chip, which is put in your body, and you to, of course, buy and sell, and your medical details, everything's all on it. All right, to be able to obviously function within his society. All right, so if you, of course, reject it, obviously you're not going to be a part of this society. You're going to be considered a alien, which you can go into alien real quick, which alien is a strange or foreign, okay? A stranger or foreign. It says or belonging to another, which really you belonging to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, okay? Because when you, of course, take this chip, you're pledging your allegiance and your servitude onto the so-called white man, all right? When you take that chip, okay? When you reject the chip, you pledging your allegiance to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai if you're an Israelite, okay? And you believe in him, and it's showing your faith, all right? Which, get that, was it Psalms 55:12? Is that it? Did I tell you to get that one?
22.
All right, Slocky.
This is Psalms chapter 55, verse 22. It says, "Cast thy burden upon Yahweh, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved."
Right. Which we go into that word for sustain. Okay, because you gotta understand that Jake that don't take the chip. And if you got faith in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, you of his elect, he gonna make sure you're sustained, which you got here. The Hebrew word
says kawal.
Yep.
And it says to seize, contain, measure. It says this one. To sustain, endure. Also has to support.
Yeah. So the Lord gonna support you, and he gonna make sure you endure, okay, until the end. All right. It says that, of course. It says that the Lord, his servants shall eat. All right. It says the Lord will redeem us from famine. Various scriptures like that. Just knowing that the Lord's gonna take care of us. But you Jake, that don't have a fear of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, you're gonna really see the Lord's vengeance in that day. Okay.
Precept. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 verse 10. It says, "Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded, or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken, or whom did he ever despise that called upon him?" Okay.
So you have it where, if you look at the days of old, with all the men that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai was dealing with, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, of course, never had them confounded, never had them confused. He delivered them, all right, from Mawalath, or death, delivered them out of various diverse perilous times and such, all right. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai guarded, was Daniel in the lion's den? Daniel Allah, all right. Meshach, Abednego, and Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. All right. Yeah, you got like, King David fighting against, Goliath. You have various accounts, various things that Paul was delivered from. Different apostles, different men of the Lord. The Lord took care of them. All right, and if you die, like I said, is precious is in the sight of the Lord is the death is the saint, roughly paraphrasing, and we supposed to strive unto the truth unto death anyway. And the Lord gonna give us that crown of life anyway. All right. So you have it here where he's in verse 11 says, "For the Lord is full of compassion and chesed or mercy, long suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiving sins, and saveth in the time of affliction." All right, which that's gonna be a time of affliction.
Yeah, like we just read in Revelations 3:10, it says the hour of temptation. Yeah. The Most High is gonna save us from that. Yep. He's gonna protect us in that hour. Yep. So that's why it's important to trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushai no matter what comes upon you.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's right. It's
down here, let me read this verse real quick. It says, "Woe be to fearful hearts and faint hands, and the sinner that goeth two ways." Yeah, so you're being double-minded, whether you want to serve Yahweh Shem Yahushai or not, whether you're going to take that chip or not. You're being double-minded when it comes to that. So you're trying to convince yourself that the chip isn't the mark of the beast so you can willingly take it. Yeah. So you can try to plead ignorance, but Yahweh Shem Yahushai knows that, basically knows your heart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and plus he made it plain. If you... of the elect, that the mark of the beast is the chip. All right, I mean, go get that Revelation 16 real quick. So go real quick and get it.
This is Revelation chapter 16 verse 1. It says, "And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the seven angels, Go your ways and pour out the vials of the wrath of the Most High upon the earth." It says, "And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image."
Yeah. So you have it there, that you got various, you had angels that poured out these various curses, all right, which brought forth different destructions, all right. And you have it here, "I fell a noisome grievous sore upon men which had that mark of the beast," all right. Which, when you go into it, just to easily understand, this mark of the beast is the mark is the RFID microchip, which it has to be inserted within your body. You have for sore, we got Helikos or Helikos or something of that nature, which it means a womb. All right.
Strong's G 1668, Helkos. Yeah. Helkos.
Right, which is a womb, okay? Right, which that's a cutting, okay? Because when you of course have a womb, that's a cut beneath your flesh, all right? Because your flesh is what? Your skin is you got various layers of skin. All right, that's a barrier, okay? So this, all right, these precepts prove, all right, that the mark or the beast is the RFID microchip. It's going in your body. It's not like what people say is for philosophy. It's Christianity, sleeping with the white woman, and all this other shit that's up here and such. All right. So you gonna get destroyed if you take the mark of the beast. Guaranteed. You can read that in Revelation the 14th chapter. All right, starting at 8 verse, if I'm not mistaken. Now go into some of the fear precepts, because
this is Job chapter 28 verse 28. It says, "And unto man he said, Behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom, and to depart from evil is understanding."
Yeah, and depart from evil, which is bad time, is understanding. All right, because you will, of course, like they say, I believe it's a precept that talk about, the righteous foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, something of that nature, roughly paraphrasing. All right. If, of course, you see the bad time coming of the RFID microchip being made mandatory, all right, and you, of course, see it become mandatory, and you don't accept it, that's, of course, going to be understanding, because you understand what Yahweh Shem Yahushai says, and you have a fear of the Lord, which is wisdom, all right? But if you don't have that fear of the Lord, you know, you're going to be double-minded. You're like, oh, it's not. Maybe it's not. You're going to be
trying to lie to yourself, basically.
Yeah, convince your own self, you know, which we know that the part is desperately wicked above all things. Who can know it? Roughly paraphrasing. Say, lean not, trusting not in your heart and lean not in your own understanding. Some of them various precepts. You know, you'll be stupid. You know, just so that you can just get something to eat. Because you're going to have this, you know, if you want to be in Esau world. But if you, of course, in Yahushua, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to sustain you and make sure you endure into the end.
This is Proverbs chapter 22, verse 3. It says, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished.
Right. So you have a wise man, right? He foreseeth the evil and hide himself. And that's what we're doing. We hide in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, his word. What did he say? He's a strong tower. But the simple pass on or punish. You stupid niggas out there, stupid spicks and wetbacks, tomahawks. You know, you want to be savages and stuff. You want to be what the so-called white man calls you instead of being Yasha Allah or Prince of the Power. All right, you just what it say? You pass. What it say?
It says, but the simple pass on and are punished.
Yeah, they just pass on, and where you going to it? You know, you damn wicked, Jake. You know, y'all pass us about a camp when we showing you all the signs and breaking it down and everything. You pass up on by the videos that break down what the mark of the beast is and stuff. All right, but you got even these damn Edomites. They know the RFID microchip is the mark of the beast in the Bible Belt. You know, and you know, there's a lot of people that just know it's just common knowledge in a sense. You know, these days. So you got a bar, which is for pass by. To pass over or by thought, to alienate. Yeah, I mean, a lot of y'all, you have it, y'all alienate yourselves, all right? Which, when you alienate yourself, you basically leave yourself to yourself. But let me see, I'm going to see what it goes into, so I can just make sure I get a more precise. Alienate, to cause someone to feel isolated or estranged, all right? You basically leaving yourself to your own mind and such. Alright? To bring, carry, to do away, take away, transgress. Yeah, you pass away. Yeah, you gonna transgress. You gonna break the law. Alright? By what? Not listening. Being wicked. Okay? Leaning on your own understanding.
Yeah, I was about to just say that kind. Trusting in their own heart. Trusting in their mind. What they think is right.
Yeah. You know, not what the scriptures say. Alright? That's why you niggas gonna get destroyed, man. And we gonna laugh at your destruction and when your calamity come. When that martial law troop knock on your door, even though you took the chip because you listened to your woman or you listened to your own mind, we gonna laugh at that. Because it's judgment. It's judgment from Yahweh Shem Yahushai B'Hashem Kodash. Alright? Which the Lord is known through his judgment. Alright? God. And I got another scripture you about to just pull out real quick. Bear with us. God, you can. If you got it. Give me the ignorant. If the ignorant, it should be in one of them tabs. Yeah, because we don't care, like you know, if you Jake don't get it, it's fine.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 38. It says, but if any man be ignorant, let him be ignorant.
Yeah, you know, not to know. And if you want to just continue to be just a damn wicked nigga in the pass by, let him be that way, all right? Because the Lord obviously said the deceiver is his, all right? this is Revelations 22:11, and it says here, and they got a lot of good scriptures too. It says here that he that is unjust, let him be unjust still, and he which is filthy, let him be filthy still, and he that is righteous, let him be righteous still, and he that is holy, let him be holy still. All right. So I mean, it's pretty much plain. I mean, we got this where they doing right here. The debit card comes with the built-in fingerprint sensor for contactless payments. This is nothing but conditioning you using biometrics. It's like I said, the chip is going to be put in your body. All right. And biometrics, they use, of course, your body. All right. This means body measure, as a form to authenticate your identity. They can use your voice, just anything in your body, your fingerprint. In this case, they're using your fingerprint on here to authenticate you to, make the payment. All right. And this is a contactless payment, which they use in this card, which will have NFC or RFID. All right. Same technology to make a payment. So, they're conditioning all you Jake for what they ultimately want, which is the RFID microchip. All right. And it's plain. All right. If you are of the election, and if you're ignorant, let you be destroyed within that. Yep, you get it.
This is I found it. This is Psalm 69 verse 22. It says, "Let their table become a snare before them, and that which should have been for their welfare, let it become a trap." Yeah, so I think this is David speaking. Yeah, it was David making a prayer to the Most High, saying what should have been for your good, let it become a snare to you, basically a trap for you. The scriptures and the prophets, which should have been for your benefit, now it's become a snare, basically a trap for your destruction. So David was praying against you guys, basically.
Yeah, that's Malak Dawadah, the beloved. All right, one after the Most High's heart. So, you have it where, of course, there's a separation between the election and the 2/3. Okay. Where you have it that, the Lord, of course, do right here through Dawadah. All right. He prayed for, let your table, this be a snare onto you, just snare you up, trap you up. All right. You have it where the Lord, he prayed for the elect. Okay. So we don't care about you 2/3. I'm not trying to force you to believe nothing. All right. I'm just trying to seal the elect through, of course, the word, which he made us fishers of men. All right. So with that, we're going to give all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rachak, Wadash.
Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, who were well in peace and salutation. La B'chayarium, Shal Yasha'ala, the election of the nation of Israel. Shalom.